I've seen a lot of videos of active duty military people, like, to varying degrees, basically like cheering on the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And then people like taking the videos and tweeting them at like Pete Hegseth or whoever in the administration, trying to get them kicked out. If you're active duty military, do not do this shit. I feel like I shouldn't have to say that. I have seen so many of these today of people that are active military, like some even in uniform, making like TikToks or posts about the assassination. You can't do this shit. You just can't. As it pertains to all the people that are taking these videos and then like tweeting them at Pete Hegseth, trying to get these people kicked out of the military, that's actually a very interesting topic. There is one thing that always lurks in the background of military justice cases. And the people that are doing this, the people that are like tweeting these videos at Hegseth and stuff, they're kind of running headfirst into a brick wall. And that brick wall is 10 U.S.C. section 837. And this right here is the important part. No person subject to this chapter may attempt to coerce or by any unauthorized means attempt to influence the action of a court-martial or any other military tribunal or any member thereof in reaching the findings or sentence in any case, or the action of any conveying, approving, or reviewing authority or preliminary hearing officer with respect to such acts taken pursuant to this chapter as prescribed by the president. Translation: if anyone up in the chain of command, or just anyone like in the chain of command in general, tries to influence the outcome of any military tribunal of any kind, court martial, whatever, that is not allowed, and it can very easily cause the entire case to get tossed. Like, for example, if Pete Hegseth were to like catch wind of all these videos, and let's say he just tweeted something out like, hey, you know, if you're active duty and we see you on social media making fun of the assassination or anything, like, we're dishonorably discharging you. That's it. Fuck you. You're gone. That tweet alone could be enough to make all of the cases that come in the future disappear. The rest of the video that you've seen so far, I recorded yesterday. And since then, pretty much exactly what I said might happen happened. Pete Hegseth made a comment about this. He said, we are tracking all these very closely and will address immediately completely unacceptable, which actually is actually a pretty controlled response, and it might not cause any issues as it relates to command influence. The only person who has responded in a way that I think might end up biting them in the ass is the Secretary of the Navy. Any uniformed or civilian employee of the Department of the Navy who acts in any manner that brings discredit upon the department, the U.S. Navy, or the U.S. Marine Corps will be dealt with swiftly and decisively. If I had to guess, when there ends up being Navy or Marine Corps people that end up in like court-martials over this tweet might end up getting brought up, and I would assume that the defense team is going to argue that this is unlawful command influence. But yeah, like I said, this is just like a really good example of like the double-edged sword that exists in military justice, right? There were so many people that were pushing Pete Hegseth and then all of the secretaries of each branch to to comment on this, to say something. But the problem is when they do say something, they're risking getting the cases thrown out because of what they said. So they have to be really careful. I think Pete Hegseth was pretty careful. The only person who, like I said, Seknav was a little bit, I don't think he was as careful as he probably should have been. This might end up fucking up some of his cases. Ultimately, this all should have just been avoidable in the first place. Like I said a bunch of times in this video, just if you're active military, don't do these things. Do not.